Hello, everyone. I'm Fred Oakman here with Mr. Jake Peters, and you're listening to PS This Is Awesome, a PlayStation podcast. This is episode 411, where we dive into our thoughts on all things PlayStation. Before we jump in, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PS This Is Awesome, where you can also watch the video version of the podcast. You can check out our trophy list on the PlayStation Network. I'm Anchorless_81, Jake's Jakesaw01. Send your thoughts to psisawesome at gmail.com. Share the show with your friends. Don't forget to rate us. This podcast airs for free every Wednesday on your preferred streaming platform. But for those who sign up to our Patreon for just $1 a month, you can join the one and only $1 club and receive a die-cut vinyl sticker plus a shout-out on our podcast. Most times you also get the show a day or two early if you are subscribed on Patreon. So visit patreon.com/PS This Is Awesome to show your love and support. And remember, if you like our podcast, it does us a lot of good if you can like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube. And with that out of the way, Jake, how are you today?
Well, it's a tropical 23 degrees outside. So
yeah,
doing okay. I mean, it did start snowing pretty heavily whenever I was on my way home, which, dude, the weather forecast has been absolute dog shit. I mean, I think this happened on Saturday too. It was 0% chance of snow. And I'm looking outside and it's like a fucking blizzard. I'm like, okay. Same thing today. We're supposed to get no snow, and I'm driving home, and it's freaking coming down.
It's coming down, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was a lot warmer. It wasn't warm this morning. It was freezing this morning, but this evening it wasn't too bad. I spent yesterday, because we've had so much snow and it's been so cold. I plowed my driveway. I originally pushed it back off the driveway 6 feet, thinking, oh, that's plenty of space, right, to push snow off the driveway. Mm-hmm. Well, we got so much snow that it was already pushed up against the driveway, and I have nowhere to put it now if we get a lot more snow.
Yeah.
So I spent all afternoon yesterday with the four-wheeler just scraping the pile a little bit at a time and pushing it 20 or 30 feet back into the yard because it's so cold that the pile got so freaking hard that I can't just push it anymore. So I have to break off little bits at a time. So it took me all afternoon, and it was fucking freezing yesterday, obviously. So it was a little bit of a bummer. But Saturday I went down to Pittsburgh to a Penguins game. That was really fun. They had it was a celebration of their 2016 Stanley Cup victory, which was 10 years ago. And they handed out these, I don't know if you could see them in the video. There's these rings.
Commemorative ring.
It's fucking legit, man. Look at this thing.
Oh, wow.
It's metal and everything. Yeah. The only thing missing are the diamonds.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, it has the little Stanley Cups on
cool.
on the side. It's pretty sweet. So they brought those, or they gave those out, which was pretty neat, and it was a fun experience. I don't go to many. Sarah and I used to go to 6 or 8 Penguins games every year, and we just haven't in recent years just because it's so expensive and it's a long drive, and a lot of times it's you're going on a weeknight, and the weather can be shitty. So but I decided that I wanted to go to this game on Saturday, and a coworker of mine decided that he would go with me. So we went down. We had really good seats, so it was a really fun time. And the Penguins won, which is always a plus for that kind of experience. And it was an afternoon game too, so I was home. I mean, even though it was an afternoon game, I still got home kind of late, but I was home just after 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. And but other than that, it was, I don't know, pretty decent weekend, I think, all in all, other than I almost ran out of fuel oil, so we almost froze to death, so that was kind of cool. But the fuel truck showed up as I was leaving to go to Pittsburgh on Saturday. They pulled in the driveway, so I hung out for an extra 15 minutes while they filled the tank, make sure there wasn't any issues. But yeah, we're safe for another, couple months, hopefully. Hopefully we can finish out the winter with what we got. Dude,
Yeah.
fuel, dude, man, it's so expensive. So expensive. It's about basically heating my house with diesel fuel. So you can imagine how expensive that gets when you've got a 275 gallon tank of it. So, but anywho, enough bitching about my house. What's up with you?
Oh, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Just working. We had a gig. I had a gig on Saturday. Sarah came out to sing. It was nice. You know, that place is cool. We played at a place called Twisted Elk. And,
I heard it was cold.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that up. It's crazy. So we get there. I get a message from the promoter just being like, hey, don't use the door you normally use, coming through the front. Going through the front, and then I'm like, are we playing inside or kind of in this outdoor area that they have all boxed in? You know, they have it all enclosed. And I see this big torpedo heater in the main, where we're used to playing. And I'm like, well, they must have us playing out there. And I get out there, and dude, it's like 62 degrees out there. And I'm like,
yeah,
this is crazy. Like, I don't know if our listeners play music, but like, you need to have nimble fingers, and you got to be able to have your breath and catch your breath and sing and stuff. And, you know, the style of music that I do solo, you're not really moving around a lot, so you're not working up a sweat or anything. And and I'm thinking, who's going to want to come out here and watch us in this? You know, and I go to the lady, I said, is it going to get warmer? And she goes, yeah, kind of give or take depending on how many people sit out here for the music. And I said, oh, okay. And the first set, it was literally like 5 people, the first 50 minutes. And then another group showed up, and then it was like 8 people. And then by middle of the second set, all the tables were full of people, and it got warm.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that place just kind of pops off later at night, but it was a good time. I thought we sounded good, and it was fun, man. Got some free food, got paid, and, you know, got that small bag, and here we are. Trying to think what else happened. Jeepers. We didn't do any hero quest. I got a lot more of that Darkwater painted. I did run a solo run of Warhammer Quest Darkwater, and that was a lot of fun, actually. And people listening are like, man, that's so weird. It's no different than just playing like a single player video game. Like, you're just utilizing your character's abilities, and like there's a mechanic in that game that nobody controls the enemies. They move based on dice rolls, and they take their actions based on rolls. So you can feasibly control the characters and run through it. I just kind of wanted to understand the game mechanic before I get it together with the boys. And it was fun, man. I couldn't get through the first act. There's 3 acts. The first act is a number of encounters, and your heroes do not heal in between encounters. And wow, holy hell, the game is challenging. But it's cool. It's fun. So I did that a little bit. I can't really think of much else that I did non-video game-wise. What did I order? I ordered... Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Let me think here. I'm going to talk about a White Dwarf magazine I just ordered on eBay. I forget, like 518, I think, episode, or White Dwarf magazine 518 has a free overlay. Well, it's not free, it has an included overlay for Talisman 5th edition, which I have, and that's kind of exciting. But I'm trying to think what else. I found out about that a little after the fact, so I got it on eBay. It's on the mail. Coming my way, which is cool. I've never played Talisman. I know a lot of people like it. It's an old school game. If there's 5 editions of it at this point. The 5th edition, the most recent edition, was done by Avalon Hill, and it hasn't really been supported with all the stuff that they've been doing in the past with the different versions of Talisman. But this White Dwarf magazine comes with a mini expansion for the board, which is kind of cool. So I picked that up, and dude, just trying to get through the winter like you. I don't know, man. I'm just so ready for this to be over. And you're right. The weather isn't very reliable. And oh, I did find out something. We almost got sandbagged at the show. And the first, so I have a Soundcraft UI16, which is a digital mixer, and I connect it to an iPad. And it's all done through Wi-Fi. And my iPad updated to the latest iOS, unbeknownst to me. and I go to connect to the Soundcraft at the show, and it throws this error. It's a web-based, which is really nice. It's a web-based browser, so you can use any browser to access it, but which is really convenient, and the UI is really nice. But when I tried to connect to it, it was like throwing errors and stuff. But ultimately, it started working. The first thing, it was like wrong password, can't connect, and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me right now. Got it resolved. And after the second set, it started doing it again, and only the sound from the monitor was coming out. And nothing in the main speakers was coming out. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I looked down at the iPad, and it was like some sort of data validation error. It's throwing... Like, I've never had this issue. And I'm like, it has to be because of iOS. So I called Jason up, and he thankfully picked up the phone. He's like, yo, dude, here's what you need to do. Here's what the password's set to. I set it the same for all my devices. And he goes, here, disconnect, clear the cache in the browser, like do this, do a hard restart, do that, do this. And he goes, is it working? I was like, dude, surprisingly, I'm in. And we got the sound working. It took like, an extra 10 minutes, and it was really embarrassing because we're on stage and like everybody's watching. And at this point, we've captivated. People were really into it. And like, I'm just, got it working. And then, halfway through the last set, it threw the error again, like this data validation connectivity error. So I got home the next morning. I powered up the mixer, and I powered up Reddit and stuff, and I started looking for people having the same issue. And apparently it is an iOS issue with Safari. They updated all this WebKit shit in its Safari that it doesn't interface right with the UI 16. I could go on for a while about it. Long story short, it works fine in Google Chrome. Like, there's no problem at all.
I was just going to say, can't you just use Chrome?
Yeah, but here's the problem. So the way that the iPad works is Chrome doesn't have a way to get rid of the address bar. So if I use Chrome, I'm compromising probably like an eighth of the screen for that mixer for the address bar at the top, and it's so infuriating. So the only way to get around this on the iPad is to save it as just like a clickable thing on your home screen. And then if you access it from there, it'll open whatever it is in full screen mode. But it overrides your default browser back to Safari. So like I did all this, I got it working in Chrome, made it like the homepage thing, and I clicked on it and it opened it in Safari. And there's no way to work. I asked AI, it's like, yeah, you can't work around that. That's just the way iPad's set up. And I was like, wow, awesome. So then I'm using it from Chrome now. And then like I wrote Shaner and I was like, dude, I said, this is the only thing. I said, it works in Chrome. And he goes, dude, try this. He goes, instead of using the IP address to connect to it when you're connected to Wi-Fi, try like the UI16/mixer.io is a link. And I tried that. Works fine in Safari. So I'm back to rocking and rolling. So I don't know how he knew to do that, but there were like literally like 45 people on Reddit who've been talking about this since like, I don't know, November, and they can't figure it out. So I posted, I said, dude, just do this. And everyone's like, this is it. This is the solution. This is the way to go. And I don't know how Shader fucking figured it out, dude. He figured it out in less than like 20 minutes. That guy's a whiz kid, dude. He's so talented with this stuff. But yeah, so it's working. But it was a huge setback, and it was like really grinding my gears, and I was really frustrated about it. And I don't know, dude. We don't need to talk anymore about it. Let's get into every episode. We go into listener feedback. I'm just going to check one more time. I checked earlier, and I didn't see anybody writing in. But I will say, I want to thank everybody who gets on YouTube and gives us a thumbs up or gives us a watch, or if you leave a comment, it truly actually does help us. Let me look at the community here. It doesn't look like there's any. Nope. There's no comments. So you guys head on over there, write us, let us know what you're thinking. Let me go to Patreon real quick, make sure there's no writers on there. We're a little ill-prepared, but we do this right after work. So let me just see if I've got any messages on Patreon. Don't see any, but I could just be missing them. But anyways, yeah, no one wrote in. So I'm fine with that. We got no listener feedback this episode, which is becoming the norm. Write in, say hi, let us know you exist. Outside of that, we're talking about games we're playing. Guys, I'm still in Arc Raiders. I'm still like balls deep in this game. got back into it, and really enjoying it still. I'm just trying to make some money. I'm picking up stuff and I'm selling stuff, and it has become a little less aggro in that world. Like, I'm a little less killing. They've released some updates to some of the maps. One of them is called Bird City. You can collect a bunch of different ducks. If anybody drives a Jeep out there, you're familiar with like the little rubber duckies. People do that whole thing, but I think it's stupid. But there are ducks you can collect, and they have like alien duck and hippie duck, and they're all different colored, and you can just collect them. One of the projects now is that you can collect some stuff from the Arc Raiders world and save up, cash it in, and get yourself a trophy collection, some sort of like display case that you can put your ducks and put stuff. So they've been putting some random stuff in there. We got a new map coming, I believe, in April. And yeah, man, just really enjoying getting up there. Quick raids, jumping in solo, grabbing stuff, using the snap hook a little more, the cloak, the photoelectric cloak, which is like it's really actually kind of cool. Have you seen the cloak thing, Jake? Have you seen? It's like this wand that has like electric on it, and like these Arc are like super dangerous. They're flying around, but this cloak is like it's not legendary, but it's like the pink thing, class or whatever, and you hold it up like this. You can't do anything else, but you can hold this cloak up, pretty much telling every raider around you got this awesome fucking thing. But you hold it up, and it's got a small time limit until it refreshes. But it goes and goes, and it's making these noises like, and it's like really loud. But you could just walk, and the Arc don't see you. You can't hold a gun or nothing, but you just like fucking walk around, and like no one can. They're not shooting at you, but like you're announcing to every. It's such a cool mechanic. So I've been using that a little bit in the game to kind of like cheese like getting in and out fast, and just hoping other raiders are just cool and don't hear it or try to fight me. You know, it's awesome. It's so cool. I've seen people use that to like walk up to like really dangerous, like these big crab-looking robots on the ground. They'll walk up right up to it, and they'll hurry up and switch and get a mine and put the mine on it and grab the thing like this and start walking away, and it explodes and it blows the thing up. It's awesome. Such a cool thing. But it does have a timer on it, and it takes a while to replenish. So once it's exhausted, you're kind of boned if you're caught out. So that's a cool little thing you can use. And the snap hook's like a grappling hook. Everybody loves that, which is really fun. That's a legendary item. It's like really, I don't know, it's coveted. And they have the thing in Arc Raiders called the safe pocket. And everybody who really plays the game a lot calls it the prison pocket, because we all know what that means. But you'll use the snap hook, and then as soon as you use it, you hurry up and go into your inventory and you put it back into the safe pocket. Because, you know, if people see you with that, they're going to try to take it, you know? So, anyway.
You can't use it when it's in your safe pocket?
No, you got to equip it. Yeah, you got to take it out. The game's cool like that, man. Yeah, you can't use, I don't think you can use anything if it's in your safe pocket. It might let you use ammunition if it's in your safe pocket, but that's about it. Ammunition doesn't cost anything. It does, but it's like barely anything. But I've been having a really good time with it. There's some new quests with the recent game update, and I will say that I still thoroughly enjoy that game. I've probably got 185 hours now in Arc Raiders. I just fucking get in there, I grind, and I lose time, man. It's so fun. I got to get the dispatch, got to play some other stuff. I know I do. I want to. I'm just really enjoying these runs. It's fun. I've been like feeling really good about helping people in Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, if I see people like looking like they're about to get killed, like it's fun to like jump in and just like shoot the bots and protect them. And they're always so grateful. You know, for the most part, like, oh man, thank you. You saved my ass. And you're like, yeah, man, it's cool. They're like, can we give you something? I'm always like, nah, man, it's cool. It's on me. It makes you feel like a badass. Like you went in and you really helped somebody do something, accomplish something, stay alive, you know? Defibbing random strangers who are like down and they think they're going to lose all their shit. You just hit them with and bring them back. They're just, yeah, it's how to make friends in that.
Then they turn around and shoot you.
That has happened, not to me, but I've seen it online. Yeah, people can do that shit. But anyways, it's cool. That aside, I was kind of getting nostalgic for the Division, and I've been reading stuff about how they've made like a more realistic mode in the Division 2, and I think what it is just a harder difficulty, which, dude, I remember the Division playing better than how it plays. I popped this thing up, I started a new game, and dude, it looks good, but it is clunky. It's loose feeling. The controls aren't very good. Comparatively to Arc Raiders, man, the Division has a little ways to go, man. It's great for its time, but I think it might be a little bit of a rose-colored glasses thing. If you really get back into that game and play it, like it doesn't feel good. Arc Raiders feels great. Embarked has done such a good job with that game. So I deleted the Division 2. I downloaded it, wanted to try it, tried it. I wasn't in it for more than probably like 40 minutes. I'm like, I can't play this game. I'm just not into it like I used to be. So hopefully whatever Massive are coming up with, they really do a nice overhaul to the Division 3. We need it. We need something that's going to feel better than that. So that's all I've got. Jake, you?
Nothing. I mean, I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I'm enjoying it. I really love like being in the world and kind of just walking around and shit like that. But I think I've played the game for like 8 or 9 hours at this point, and I feel like I have done nothing. And it's one of those games where like it's super hardcore about the saving. Like there's no save points really. Like you have to sleep in a bed that you own.
Yeah.
Or you can save and exit to the main menu and load back in. But the only way to save otherwise is to have a resource that you can brew called Savior Schnapps, or you can buy it or find it. And I mean, it's easy enough to just save scum. Like you just save and exit to main menu and then reload it. I mean, and then you make a save point right where you're at. But it doesn't auto-save. And I'm so used to playing games that auto-save that I just don't even think about it. And this game is really brutal in that where you'll just be walking down the street, and like if you're out in the wild and you're just walking down the road, and you'll come across some bandits and they'll just fucking murder your ass, and you just haven't. How long has it been since you saved? I don't know. I wasn't walking into a fight like expecting to fight somebody. I was just strolling down the street and just got my ass ganked. So that's something that I got to kind of grapple with. The combat in this game does feel like it's a little bit easier than the first one, but it is still quite challenging.
Yeah.
You kind of have to really like think about it and like be willing to learn it. Like you can't just mash buttons on it, which is a little frustrating at times. The one thing that I will say, and I can't remember if I mentioned this last week or not, but dude, they gotta cool it with the fucking artsy fartsy UI in this game. It's like, I don't get me wrong, I love the aesthetic of the game, and I love the idea that like the map is like all like 15th century like art, hand-drawn art and everything. It looks really cool, and the map itself is actually not bad, other than I wish I could zoom in a little bit more. But the menu, like the inventory menu, is like, it's like a normal inventory where you've got like, oh, your weapons, and then it'll be like a list of all the weapons, and it'll have some stats. And then, you'll have like your character that's standing there, and there's all the slots that you can put items into, and then all your character's stats are below, so you can see when you equip this item, it makes, this particular armor go up or something like that. The problem is they put this like fucking like mood lighting on the menu, almost like it's like a statue in like a church or something.
Yeah.
And there's like an overhead light kind of casting a shadow on it. And dude, I can't fucking read anything in the menu because it's so like moody and like dim when I'm sitting, 10 feet away from the TV. And my TV just generally is kind of dark. And I'm sure I could like crank the gamma up or something like that. But like there are just these little things like that in the game where I'm just like, can't we just like just give me an option to turn this off?
Yeah.
Like this doesn't affect the gameplay at all.
Right.
Just let me turn off the fucking mood lighting in the menu so I can read it. The other thing that they do is like there's all these status these like buffs and debuffs that you can get. So like you know how when you play a game and like an RPG or something and you get like a debuff, like you're poisoned or something like that. A lot of times there'll be like a little icon on the screen that shows like what it's, and it might have a timer on it or something that shows that it's like, you know, going away or getting better or whatever. Well, this has the same thing, but the icons are these like they're meant to look like silver coins that were stamped with a medallion, like with a symbol that represents like, you know, a fork and a spoon for food, or a piece of armor for like your armor's broken or whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the problem is that if you imagine you look at like a coin, like a quarter, right? It's all silver and it's got George Washington's face stamped in it. If you hold that quarter like 10 feet away from your face and you didn't know it was a quarter, you wouldn't be able to tell what was stamped on the fucking quarter because all of the colors are the same, and you need like some kind of lighting definition or something to be able to really tell what like the shape is that's on the quarter. And so it's the same thing with these status updates where it's like there'll be like the little armor icon on the screen and I'm just like, I have no fucking idea what that is. It's a little icon. It's got a little wheel on it that says that, you know, something's happening. But I have to like go into the menu, go to like my character, and then it shows the medallion and it shows like with text what the debuff is. And so there's some like UI aesthetic stuff that I find really annoying, that I think that like, I guarantee you that if I play this game on PC, like 2 seconds after it came out, somebody probably modded it to like fix all this shit. Where it's like, bro, just give me a fucking icon or like a text on the screen that tells me what the buff and debuff is. Like, quit with all these weird like cool. Don't get me wrong, visually they're very cool looking, like 15th century artsy symbols and shit. But like, I can't read them on my couch looking at my TV. So that's a little bit frustrating, but otherwise I am enjoying it. Dude, this game is so like deep from a realistic perspective. I was telling Sarah about how there was like this perk that I was looking at that if you're dirty, it's like a stealth perk where it's like if you're covered in grime, you're less noticeable. So like you kind of blend in better to the environment or something. I'm guessing that's the idea. But if you're covered in certain types of grime, the enemy will smell you.
Really?
So it's really crazy how deep this game is in terms of like the world building and the immersion and like all of the realism that they've put into it. And I really do think that it's a special game. And I do like every time I'm not playing it, I'm thinking about playing it because I think it is a really cool world. And especially like I mentioned last week with like as shitty as the weather has been, like walking around this like beautiful summer countryside that is just like gorgeous in first person is just really like cathartic almost.
Yeah.
But and it is a lot of fun. I do get frustrated though, like I mentioned with like I'll just be I'll run for like 10 minutes to get to this location because I haven't gotten a horse yet. And I'll get there and then I'll like accidentally get like attacked by a pack of wolves or something that'll kill me, and I just like fucking lost 10 minutes of progress because I didn't like save scum on the way there or something. And you can only fast travel to like certain towns and stuff. So you're not able to a lot of times get that close to where you need to go, which I mean, it's like a minor thing. You have to be in a mindset to play a game like this. And I'm I'm currently into it. Although, dude, I was looking at like games that are coming out, and it's like, man, is this game gonna get lost? Because like, there's just, dude, I was just looking even at games coming out in February, and not a lot of them, other than a couple I'm like super interested in. But like, if they were free, there's probably 5 games that are coming out in February that I'm like, oh yeah, I'd play that. Oh yeah, I'd play that. Oh yeah, I'd play that. And it's like, bro, is this gonna get lost? But I hope not. I don't think so. And it's the kind of game that's like so open and long and immersive that, you know, I could probably play something else and then just like come back to it.
Yeah.
I got caught in a loop the other day. I think it was Saturday maybe, where I was like doing the beginning mission for like this blacksmith, and he was like teaching me how to blacksmith. And you're literally like, you put the fucking rod in the flames and you fan the bellows and you heat it up to the certain amount, and you have to evenly heat the whole thing, and then you take it to the anvil and you have to whack it like in the right spots and flip it over and make sure you're hammering it out evenly, and go back and reheat it up and bring it back, and then you have to quench it at the end, and how well you do depends on the quality of it and how good it is.
Jeez.
And it's like, there's like something really cool about doing it. Like it's well done enough that like it's kind of neat to do. And I could see people like almost like these farming games thinking like it would be really cathartic to just like sit here and just hammer swords for an hour.
Yeah.
But like I would do the intro tutorial where I'd make this sword, and then I had enough materials, I'd make another one just so I'd have it so I could sell it. Then I'd like run to do a mission, get fucking killed, and then I'd have to go back, remake those 2 swords, run to this other thing. I forgot to save again, got killed again, had to come. Dude, I remade these fucking swords like 3 or 4 times. Finally, before I was just like, you know what, I should just save the fucking thing. But yeah, so I don't know, but I've been enjoying it. It's a good time. I think if anyone's interested in it, especially if it's like on a deep sale or something, I think it's worth a try. I know that like some people might say you need to play the first one, but honestly, I think you're fine just jumping into the second one. There's not a whole lot. I mean, you could like look up the context if you want online, but I think the quality of life improvements are probably good enough, especially in the combat for the second one, that it's worth kind of glossing over the first one, especially if you're not sure, unless it's like free and you just want to try it. But
right.
The first one's pretty tough. So, but that's all I got for. I think that's all I got for this week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I will say there was a game that came out that I'm on the PlayStation blog right now, listening while you talk to me about Deliverance. That Cairn game looks awesome.
The climbing one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks neat. I think it's coming out on PS Plus, right?
I think it's out. It's out now.
Yeah.
Is it?
You should download it. It looks cool.
Dude, did you actually look at the graphics and how it looks?
I did. Yeah, I watched I scrubbed through like a trailer for it. I thought it was like, oh, this looks really neat. I don't know if it's something that would hold my attention long term because it's like a mountain climbing game, but I think it's a really cool idea, and I like the way that it looks.
It's really just like it's a puzzle game, really, the way it's set up. Yeah. After watching Alex Handheld scale that building in Taipei or whatever, that's unbelievable.
Oh, did you watch that?
I watched the clips from it. I'm just like, dude, I'm afraid of height. Like, I'm not a heights person. Like, I don't know, man.
Dude, it's just one of those things where it's like, did you watch it you watched it like after it was over?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, they're on like a 10-second delay for the live feed, but it's like, dude, if it fucking cuts out, you know the dude fell to his death. Like, I would rather just read that in a headline the next day. Like, I don't want to be like watching it and then have it cut out and be like, technical difficulties while we clean Alex's body off of the ground.
The thing about this guy is it's a very calculated risk on his part. Like, I really believe in his mind there's no reason why he would fail. You know what I mean? Like, You have to have that mindset. Like he knows
sure,
what
and
he's
I'm
doing.
sure that like he's done all the research, he's done all the training. They did delay it because the building was a little bit slippery, and so he he knows like when it's worth it to take the risk and all that stuff. But dude, you never know. I mean, the dude could be hanging off of this fucking building, and then like a goose hits him or something,
or like a gust of wind. Even you know how windy it was up there.
Yeah. So like it's or like maybe a piece of the building breaks.
Yeah, I thought about that, like bad architecture or something. Like someone just, didn't fasten a bolt or something on the outside.
But I wouldn't surprise me though if he was like, this is the path I'm taking, and they literally went up the building preemptively and like made sure everything was sound before he did it.
I don't know, but I do know that like I saw videos from people inside the building, way up high.
Oh, really? That's cool.
That like, but it's cool like if you're them, but like, dude, if I'm him and I'm on the outside and I'm trying to climb and you have like 35 people with their cell phones up, like Alex, waving and stuff, and you're literally no ropes, nothing, and you're on the outside of this building, I would want to murder every single one of those people. I was like,
you have to be concentrated.
Yeah, leave.
Although I think I was watching, maybe it was like a Wired thing or something. They do that like tech support YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Where it'll be like rock climbing support with Alex Handheld, and or it'll be like physics support with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he just like answers Twitter questions.
Yeah.
And I think he was saying in that like he has earbuds in and he'll like listen to music or white noise or something while he's climbing. So he might have a way to like kind of keep himself just sort of locked in for I mean, you'd have to. I don't know how else you could do it without fucking tumbling to your death.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you just can't be thinking about the height, man. Like that guy, as far as he's concerned, he's not any higher than what he was when he took his first step up. You know what I mean? Like you just have to look at it as like, here's the next little piece I got to master.
I mean, honestly, that was probably a lot easier for him than El Capitan, because at least that building has like structure that is built all the way up that he just has to use, whereas like El Capitan is just like a fucking cliff face.
Yeah, dude,
and he just climbed all that up without any ropes or anything.
But what great timing for that Cairn game to hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like actually
maybe they planned it.
I doubt it. That's just good timing on their part. I'm gonna have to try that game if I can get my hands on it. Let's get into news. We have some news points. Jake put together news this episode. We're going to go over a couple things that we found online and just have some quick conversation about them. And if you guys want us to ever talk about anything specific, you guys want us to have a show topic, write in, let us know. But with that, Jake, why don't you lead us into the news?
Sure. Sorry, my dog is bothering me.
I hear him squealing over here.
Actually, can you entertain the audience for 2 seconds? I'm going to put her in the other room.
Yep. All right. Yep. So all is well, and here we are. Jake's moving his animal to the other room. Yeah, jeez. I don't know. 411, guys. It's a lot of podcasts. A lot of us talking about stuff we know limited amounts about. I don't know. But this first one is going to be about The Last of Us. We'll let Jake tell us about it. All right, you ready?
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I was curious. I figured you could hear, but dude, funny story. Hopefully it doesn't come through on the podcast. If it does, I apologize. But I was like, I kept hearing this like popping noise in my headphones, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I realized it was only happening when I was petting her.
Was it static?
And so it must be static electricity. Was literally fucking with my headphones.
Wow.
And I wonder if I hope it didn't come through the mic or whatever, but it's entirely possible that it did. So if it did, I apologize.
The whole conversation is
it's very well, it's very subtle, like little clicks every now and again. So if that happens,
that's what
people are annoyed by that. That's what it is, and I apologize. Anyway, the news here. Let me pull it up here. I'm freaking unprepared. So yeah, there wasn't like, I don't know, man. I keep waiting for there to be some kind of fucking news to talk about that's not like just like mundane industry shit. And unfortunately, like a lot of the news that you get online now is just like, you know, Neil Druckmann went to fucking In-N-Out and got like a burger and fries on Sunday, and it's like, this isn't fucking news. Like, I don't care about this. Or like the Grand Theft Auto 3 might have 6 types of cars instead of 7. It's like, guys, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you put the news together every week. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it sucks.
So anyway, these are the news points that I found that I thought were as interesting as would be worthy of the show for us to kind of shoot the shit about. So the first one is that I guess it would be they call them, you know, CCO, Chief Content Officer of HBO. I think his name is like, like Balls or something, Craig Balls or fucking, I don't know.
I think his name is Dick.
Here's me being real professional here.
I believe his name is Heinous.
Casey Bloys is what his name is.
Bloys.
I apologize. He suggested in an interview recently that season 3 of The Last of Us TV show might be the last one, which is interesting because I think we had known like a while ago that Craig Mazin had mentioned that it could go as long as 4 seasons, depending on how they sort of deal with the content from part 2 and potentially what they might do for a part 3 if there's a game there. And it seems like that might not be the case. Now, I don't know how you feel about this, Fred. I don't even know if you finished season 2.
No, I didn't.
I thought season 2 was ass. So I am not surprised that this is the case at all. Although I will say I am a little bit excited for season 3, only because season 3 I think is going to primarily be about Abby. And I think that the Abby casting is pretty decent in the TV show. So the big problem with season 2 is the whole fucking Ellie Dina dynamic and the way that they did a lot of that shit in Seattle and stuff. It just like didn't really jive with me. But you know, everybody likes to shit on what's her face as Ellie.
Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey. And it's just like, I just think that like they didn't do a good job of writing season 2 Ellie for Bella Ramsey. They made it too, I don't know, just not good. But I don't have the same feelings about the Abby character. And so I am kind of curious from that perspective how it's going to play out. But given I'm a little bit surprised by this, but I'm not surprised by this from my personal perspective and from the perspective of most fans of the show. But we're like a minority in like the people that actually watch it. So I don't know what like the masses actually think about this TV show and how popular it really is. So I don't know like if you have any thoughts on this. I mean, you didn't even finish the second season, so I'm guessing you probably are kind of out already. But I am curious how you feel about the idea that they maybe clipping its wings a little bit if it doesn't actually do well. Now, to be fair, Casey Bloys did say that it was ultimately kind of up to the showrunners and stuff. So Craig Mazin and them may decide to push it to 4 seasons anyway, which is kind of cool that they have that kind of freedom within HBO. But I hope they don't do it just to do it. Like, I hope it actually makes sense and means something if they're going to do that.
Yeah, dude, it's... I really liked the first season. I was really excited about it, Jake. We even had...
It was so good.
We even had additional podcast episodes about it.
Yeah.
We had a thing called P.S. This is The Last of Us.
Is that what we called it?
Yeah. That was great. That was a great title. I don't know what you just did that for.
I just found a tape.
That was really weird. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just, dude, I don't know. I don't like. we know that like these video game adaptations. Here's the thing. All I want to ask is, this is probably a culmination of things. It's probably that somebody somewhere is now realizing that Naughty Dog is not working on The Last of Us 3. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. It's not going to be out anytime soon. They're going to be like, well, we can put forward another a third season, but then what? You know, what do we do? What do we do then? Neil Druckmann's gone. Yeah. He went back to work at Naughty Dog. We don't have him. We also don't have the push from Sony on this franchise because The Last of Us, whatever that open world, whatever thing they were working on, I can't remember, factions didn't happen. So they're losing a lot of the momentum there. The tides are shifting. There's a lot more video game content out there for different franchises. They got Walton Goggins for the Fallout stuff on Prime, and I hear it's amazing. I watched the first season. I loved it. It
Fallout.
Was,
yeah, it's fucking great.
So good. The Halo thing tanked. Somebody somewhere's working on Horizon shit. There's we had the Gran Turismo movie, the Uncharted thing. Who knows if we'll get an Uncharted 2? I don't know. But like, there's so much stuff out there. They tried it. They got their money. They did the thing. I really don't care that they make a third season, not a game. I want them to make a third Last of Us, probably, because I just want Naughty Dog to return to what they do really well. I'd rather have an Uncharted game at this point than another Last of Us game, to be honest. But I think I'm kind of over the HBO series. Like I didn't watch the second season at all. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes with my parents, and that was it. And I never returned to watch anymore. I was like, this isn't doing it for me. So that's my take on it. But I think maybe we should have had a PS This is Fallout as opposed to This is the last. But they started off so strong. You know what I mean? They started off so strong.
They did. They really did. The first season is amazing. And I to be fair, like when you're talking about Fallout, I haven't watched the second season yet. So I don't know if it's any good or not.
I started the first episode. That's about as far as I got.
Yeah, so I would like to get to Twisted Metal at some point. I just don't want to fucking pay for Paramount Plus is all. I would love to watch it.
Yeah.
But maybe someday I'll do like the free trial and just like binge it and then cancel it or something like that. But I've heard that show's pretty good. So I don't know. It might be something that gets better, but it seems like things are kind of winding down with The Last of Us unless season 3 comes out and it's a fucking banger, in which case we might get a season 4. But I wouldn't count your chickens before they hatch, as it were. Okay, so the next news point. I don't know if you saw this, Fred. It was pretty cool. There was been making the rounds. There was a Reddit user, We Will Make It Now, shared some video and images of this handheld PS4 that they made, and it's pretty interesting just from like a curiosity perspective. I don't think that I don't want a handheld PS4. I don't give a shit about that. It's just cool that somebody was able to build one of these. And if you look at it, dude, this thing is a fucking brick. It literally looks like a brick.
Huh.
And it's a chonky boy for sure. But there's video of them playing like God of War and shit on it, and it looks legit. I don't love... This is a PlayStation handheld, boys. I don't love the offset sticks. It's not in tune with the PlayStation ecosystem, so we gotta cut that shit out. But other than that, I think it's fucking cool. If you see like in the video, they briefly kind of tilt it forward, and you see that in the back, there's this giant fucking cooling fan on the back of the thing. It's like all built in of like a custom case and shit. Yeah. It looks really nice, but it's really fucking wild. And I just wanted to kind of bounce this off you and see, one, if you saw that and if you thought it was cool or not. But I was also interested in how you felt about the handheld future on PlayStation, and this will kind of go into would have to probably pick something that you're okay with some latency, so like a turn-based game or something like
Correct.
that.
Yeah.
The one thing that I will say and this is my one kind of caveat to this I'm okay with my Steam Deck thing, is that there are games that I want to play on my Steam Deck that I don't. Like, for example, a game that I've constantly thought about getting for my Steam Deck is Baldur's Gate 3. Because I thought it would be like a cool game that I could play it on Steam Deck. Everyone loves it on Steam Deck. Apparently, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's a long game, and it's very involved. And imagine if I was able to go on a work trip, play Baldur's Gate 3, then come home, throw my Steam Deck in the closet, and then pick up where I left off on my PlayStation. You can't do that with a Steam Deck because it's a different platform.
Correct.
But if you had this Project Canis PS6 handheld thing, you could do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing that I don't love. I mean, I would even be okay with games maybe necessarily having like cross-save, but a lot of games even don't have cross-save between PC and console.
Right.
So you wouldn't even be able to just buy the game twice and transport your save back and forth. And so that's the only thing that I consider to be like a negative to having the Steam Deck over something like a PlayStation Portable or a handheld or something. But, you know, for the 2 to 4 times a year where I'm like staying in a hotel room and I have, you know, my Steam Deck with me, it's like I'll just fucking pick a game to play for this weekend. Or a lot of times what I'll do is like I'll install like Doom on my work computer and I'll play that, or you know, like some shit like that where it's just like, you know, this is just, now if I was on an extended work trip, if I was going to be gone for 10 days or some shit like that,
right,
or a week even, then I would consider maybe bringing my console. But the problem is that if you're staying at a hotel, a lot of these TVs, you can't turn on game mode. So when you hook your console up to the TV, there's input lag with the controller.
Right.
I've experienced this quite a bit, and it's really frustrating. Sometimes it works fine. Sometimes it's really frustrating. So, yeah, I don't know. But I think that the handheld future is bright for gaming, but I am curious to see how the PlayStation audience will take to it. It's obviously been very successful for Switch, and we like to act like it's successful for the Steam Deck, but in reality, like there aren't 30 million Steam Decks in the wild. There's probably like 5 million or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's a gazillion of them out there. So, but PlayStation has a big baked-in audience. Maybe a lot of them are interested in having a handheld experience, and who knows, maybe this thing will sell 20 million units, and that would be kind of wild. So I'm not really sure, but I think it definitely is something that we can all be interested in the future. Anyway, moving on. So I don't know if you heard about this, because we're talking about new hardware, so this kind of is a good segue, is that, so there's this guy, David Gibson, over at MST Financial, which is they're like a financial firm, but they, as a financial firm, you know, investments, things like that, they do a lot of prognosticating on, like, you know, when products are going to get released and how the industry is moving and all this kind of shit. And they did an analysis of PlayStation and Sony and the PlayStation 6, the next unannounced, but we all know is coming version of the PlayStation. And they are implying that it may be delayed longer than to be released farther away than we expect. So everyone expects it to come out in 2027, maybe 2028. But this article seems to indicate that it could be 2028, 2029, 2030. Sorry, I just kind of had a little bit of a stroke there. But I don't know how you feel about this, because obviously it's probably due to some, I mean, tell me if you have any theories, but I'm guessing it has to do with like RAM shortages and fucking, you know, they use the terms like market whatever hurdles and
Yeah.
fucking, But I don't know. It could even be something as like silly as like GTA 6 is going to come out and just completely disrupt the industry, and so they don't know if they want to release into a turbulent environment in that or something like that. I don't know. But how do you feel about the idea of not getting a new console for potentially 2 or 3 more years? Are you still comfortable with your base PS5? If you had an idea that maybe it was going to be 2029 or 2030, would you get a PS5 Pro? Because this is where I'm at. Like, I'm in a position with this where if I knew that it was going to be that long, I would probably not buy a PS5 Pro until a game came out I really wanted to play that ran like shit on base PS5, or my PS5 broke. Otherwise, I'm like kind of fine with what I got. But I don't know how you feel about this.
Dude, I don't know. I'm of two minds. I want to see what they're cooking up. I want to know how the AI stuff is going to affect my games. I don't need to know tomorrow. I just want to be alive to see the PS6. So I hope it's not delayed. Like, I don't know, dude. I could be dead in 5 years. Who knows? You know what I mean? I don't know. I hope it's not so far away that like I'm running the risk. I mean, I could die tomorrow, but like I hope that like realistically, I'm not 50 years old when this thing comes out. You know what I mean? I'm 44 now. I could see it coming out when I'm turning like 46 or something, like another 2 years, maybe 3. But 2 seems early, but 3 seems too long, too far away. It's like that. There's like a weird spot like in between 2 and 3 years that it feels like that's probably the right time. But I just
2030 would be 10 years of PlayStation 5. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Doesn't
from
seem
a historical release schedule. It does not seem like it. I mean, the world has been insane for the past since 2020, for obvious reasons. But I don't know, man. I want it to come out just because I like new hardware and I'm interested in what it's gonna be. But I'm not excited for the fucking console rush. I'm not excited for the scalpers. I'm not excited for all that shit. But if I'm being honest with myself, like, do I need a new console? No. I'm fine with what I have. So, I don't know, at some point maybe I'm going to have to take the covers off and blow it out because I've never done that before. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want a new console? You like want to see it, or are you just kind of fine? You just kind of you hope it happens one day.
I don't really care, man. I've got no want or need for a new console right now. That's where I'm at. Like I justify it to me. You know what I mean? That's all. Just justify it. Like, give me a game that's gonna be like souped up and really cool, or like talk about it a little more so I understand it. Like, not Mark Cerny talk that like is fucking blowing over everybody's faces and heads. Like, nobody knows what that means. The shit he's talking about, no one understands it. Talk to it like we don't understand what's happening. Tell us why it's important. Show us something. Give us some trailers of something. Give us some tech demos. Let me see what a new console can do. I honestly don't even know that they know. And I think that's part of the hiccup. Like, they probably they honestly probably have way less pressure now to release a console now that Microsoft is pretty much MIA. It gives them a little more breathing room. And like, honestly, man, like, I don't know. I've been making the same amount of money, if not more, playing the same 3-hour set for 5 years. And I've had no reason to change it. Short of people are just getting bored. Like my bandmates, you guys, myself. And like, for the want to create, like I want to create and write new stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm playing different songs every night. But for the majority, a lot of the same ones are there, and I'm still churning out the same amount of money. I still feel fulfilled. I've created something that everybody enjoys, that partakes in it, and it's just like I have no motivation to overhaul all this shit. For what purpose? Like at this point, it's this way I feel about the PS5. It's like it's fine. It runs everything for the most part, not always, well enough. And until there's games that come out, why can't we leave well enough alone? Like, it's fine. Like, do we really need... They're making so much money right now on the PlayStation 5. It's ridiculous. And they're on a great trajectory, you know? Like, it's probably going to be one of their best consoles. And why push it? Why get it out faster if you don't need to? Nobody that I know is like... Of course, I don't know a lot of gamers, but people online even, like, no one's been like, dude, no one's, like, thirsty for the next console right now. I think we're thirsty for the next awesome games. No one is griping about the strength of the consoles anymore. Like, the console thing where it was like, let's compare, like, the Digital Foundry videos where it's like, this is what this game looks like on the Xbox Series S, and this is what the game looks like on PS5. This is what it looks like on PS5 Pro. This is what it looks like on Xbox Series X or whatever. Like, those videos are few and far between now. They used to be all the time. They're not anymore. It's like people just don't care about that shit. Like, just give us good games. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. That's where I'm at with it, dude. Like, I would be happy, and I would be a day one adopter of a PS6 if it came out. Like, I would have it pre-ordered if I could. Yeah. But, like, I don't need it. You know? I don't need it. That's where I'm at. Definitely.
Okay. Moving on. So, yeah, I know. You're good. You're good. I was doing my own thing. PS Plus Essential Games for February. So these are the games that are free for the bottom of the barrel tier of PlayStation Plus. The ones that everybody gets if you've got a subscription at all. 4 games this month. Undisputed, which is a boxing game. Subnautica, Below Zero, which I don't know much about, but I know people liked the original Subnautica. Ultros, which I was really interested in. It's got a really cool, like, neon graphic style. And then Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, which I think was also quite a popular game. So this is a pretty good month, I think, for us, for the the bottom feeders of the PlayStation Plus lineup. And that sounded really derogatory. I didn't mean it that way. It's sorry, I got a lot of gas. The lowest tier. But I think it looks like a pretty good lineup. I mean, I don't know anything about this Undisputed game. It's just like a boxing game. I mean, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I'm not really sure. But I think the other 3, Subnautica, Ultros, and Ace Combat, are probably pretty decent games. So, am I going to check any of these out? I mean, I might check out Ultros or maybe Ace Combat. I've always wanted to try an Ace Combat game, but I've never wanted to buy one. So we shall see. Did Ace Combat 7, did it have a VR mode?
Yes, it did. And I bought it. I bought the game.
Did it have a VR mode for VR2 or VR1?
It was just VR1, I think.
That's no bueno. Unless they patched it. But anyway, do you have any thoughts on these, Fred?
Subnautica looks cool, and Ace Combat 7 it's a play, man. It's fun. It's a good rip, man. I liked that game. It's weird because it's not really a sim per se. It's more of like your Forza for airplanes. You know what I mean? Like it's just like,
and there's like a story.
Oh yeah, there's a story.
Right?
It's kind of cool. I remember the last mission being really uber difficult. But I know some people struggle with the difficulty of the game. I grew up playing like TIE Fighter and X-Wing versus whatever and those games and in the Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe and the Red Baron. I played all the flight sims growing up on PC, dude, and I loved them. So I've got my my gaming flying legs on all the time. I'm a pretty good flying person in video games, which is why it really pissed me off in Battlefield when I was trying to like fly the helicopter in the airplane. I just sucked so bad at it. I was like, the controls are just straight hot garbage in Battlefield for the airplanes and stuff. But Yeah, any game that actually is worth its weight in salt for flying, I'm pretty damn good at flying in video games. I'll say I'm pretty decent at it. I'm good at throttle control. I'm good at getting behind enemies. I'm good at doing all leading them with the gunfire and stuff. It's something I find natural because I grew up playing games like this. And dude, I loved Ace Combat 7. There's something really cool about getting a lock on a guy. You know what I mean? And then you shoot the missiles, dude. It's so fun. It's a good game. I recommend it. I don't know anything about Ultros. I'm not really into Undisputed. I mean, I used to like boxing games, man. I like the Mike Tyson games. And then they had that boxing series on PS3. What the hell was it called? Final Round or Fight Night? Fight Night? It was called Fight Night.
Oh, Fight Night.
Dude,
yeah.
That game was so good. The graphics.
Was that like an EA Sports? Was that an EA Sports game? Fight Night?
I loved it. I'm gonna look it up right now. Fight Night on PlayStation. Dude, it was so good. People loved Fight Night, dude. Fight Night. Yeah, I had a Fight Night. It was PlayStation, yeah. Fight Night was awesome. It might have been... I had Fight Night Round 4 is what I had on PlayStation 3. I'm looking at the cover right now. Fight Night Round 4 is what I had. What a great boxing game. I had that. I had Game Boy when I was... I had a Tyson game on Game Boy. I had another game just called... it was kind of like a ripoff of Mike Tyson, but it wasn't. It was called like Punch 'em or Punch... I don't know. I loved it. I love boxing games, but... I haven't played any in a long time, so maybe Undisputed looks kind of cool. But I played that Creed game on VR1.
Yeah,
that was fun. I love that shit, dude. But we used to box growing up in our neighborhood. That's how we would settle things at Northgate. We had boxing gloves. We'd fight each other. It was fun.
Dude, when I was in high school, we used to have Halo parties when the original Halo came out, and so like a bunch of people would bring their Xboxes over because you could do a LAN party, but everyone had Xboxes and TVs in different rooms, and we'd connect them all together, and every console could have like 4 players on split screen, so you could have up to 16 players in a match locally, which was crazy. And so we would do that, and then like the break of the evening when we weren't like eating pizza or some shit was that like somebody would get boxing gloves out and we just beat the shit out of each other. I never participated because compared to all of the people that I was like palling around with, I was way smaller than all of them. And so I was like, dude, I'm not getting my fucking skull cracked by a football player because they want to let some testosterone out. Yeah. But I would watch. Yeah. Yeah. So it is funny how like do kids do shit like that anymore?
I don't think
I really
so.
Don't know.
Dude, no.
I really don't.
They
know.
just pull knives and guns on each other now.
Yeah, maybe, or they do it in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Any more thoughts on these games?
No, I mean if you're interested in Ace Combat 7, dude, try it. It's good.
Yeah, I think it looks cool, man. I when I was a kid, I was obsessed with fighter jets, and so I still to this day have this lingering like attraction to anything fighter jet related, and so these games always are interesting to me. But then like I get into it and I'm controlling the plane and shit, and like it's kind of hard to see in the cockpit and stuff, and I just like it kind of burns me out. But yeah, I might give it a try because it's free. Like why the hell not? Just boot it up and see what's up. All right, so this next one here, dude. Sony has filed a patent in the US for a controller design that has touch screens on the front of it to allow the user to place the quote-unquote buttons wherever they want on the controller. And I've got to be honest with you, Fred. When I saw this, I wanted to vomit. Can you imagine having a controller where instead of the buttons, which is the whole fucking point of having a controller to begin with, it just has a touch screen on it that you're hitting with your thumbs.
Nah, dude, I want nothing to do with it.
Isn't that insane? Like, isn't this like an insane proposition? Like, I can imagine maybe it being like an accessibility thing, or maybe it being like an option for people. But if Sony were to ever suggest, and I don't think they would ever do this, let's be clear, I don't think they would ever do this, but if they were to ever suggest that this be the way that we use controllers now, I would just quit playing video games. Or I'd like play on PC. Because it's like, bro, you're not getting me to play fucking The Witcher 4 on a touchpad.
Right.
It's just not, I don't give a shit if you gave me handles. It's still a touchpad.
Give me handles.
So, like, I don't know, man. It's insane. I highly recommend people go kind of look this thing up. It's just, it looks like almost like a DualSense, but no buttons, no joysticks. The face is just like split in half with two screens on it. It's like a drawing, like it's a conceptual thing. It's not like real. And patents, that doesn't mean that they're gonna make it. It just means that they came up with this idea and they wanted to document that they came up with it first. So if anybody else decides to make a controller like this, they would get some kickback for it. And will this ever happen? Probably not. It seems like a half-baked design. But it is out there. It is possible. So,
I want
Fred,
nothing to do with it, man.
Do you want a controller where they take all the buttons away?
No. No, I don't.
Oh, man. This is like the end times when we got to deal with shit like this. It's like first they took the buttons off the phones, and now they're taking the buttons off your controller. Pretty soon you're going to have a remote control for your TV that's just going to be flat, and it's just going to have touch buttons on it. Soft keys. Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, like pretty soon, like TVs just aren't going to have fucking remotes. So we're going to be voice controlling everything, which I hate. Dude, I was looking at, we've talked about this a little bit in recent episodes, but I've been looking at cars, and I was looking at the new Mazda SUV. They refreshed the CX-5 this coming year, and it's just a big fucking screen, and there's no buttons in the car, and it's like, oh yeah, everything's voice activated. I'm like, are you kidding me? I gotta talk to my car to change like the fucking AC, and I'm sure it's not like that crazy, but still, it's like, bro. Like, I want a tactile button to let me turn the air up and down. I don't want to crash into a fucking barrier because I'm trying to find the touch thing on the screen. I don't know. Maybe there's some legislation on that means, like, that it won't end up being that way. But, like, dude, I got my father-in-law's Tesla, and it's like that. It's, like, literally just a screen. That's all it is. There's no buttons. There's nothing in the car at all. And I get it. It's easy. It's cheap. It's less things to wear out. But man, does it make the user experience fucking horrible. I can't believe that people are like, they're just like okay with it. Because it's like, oh yeah, this is how I use a cell phone every day. It's totally fine. So I don't know. It sucks.
That does
Moving
suck.
on. Last news point here, and this isn't really a big one. I just think that this is really cool. Voting is open for the Mega Man Override Boss Design Contest. So I don't remember how much we talked about the Game Awards announcements, but one of the games that was announced was Mega Man Override, which is like Mega Man 12 essentially. And historically, one of the things that the classic Mega Man games always did was, other than I think the first game, is that they would petition the audience for boss designs. The audience would submit all these ideas, then they would pick a bunch of them, redo them in the Mega Man style, and put them in the game. So all of the Mega Man bosses from classic Mega Man, from like Mega Man 2 up to like Mega Man 8 or something, were all fan submitted. And they just redesigned them to fit the aesthetic of the game.
Okay.
And like design the levels and all that kind of shit. Well, they decided to go back to that for this new Mega Man game, and the boss design contest, the submissions have already happened, and the contest is going on right now. and it looks like, I don't know if it's it looks like this is for one specific boss that they're trying to get a design for, because they all have a very similar style. It's like a humanoid type style with a right arm that's like almost like a hose kind of appendage, kind of looks like. And a lot of the designs, like, I don't know if you looked at that link I put on there at all, Fred, but like, it actually has all of the designs that have been submitted for this particular Robot Master, and some of them are pretty cool. I mean, like, very specifically, I like there's one that's called like Cactus Man, which is like super bizarre, but he's really cool looking. He's just like a cactus, which is pretty neat. And then there's one called Flex Man, who looks almost like a really like ancient steampunk kind of robot master with like a, you know, almost like a vacuum cleaner kind of attachment on him. And then there's another one. There was one other one, that I thought was really cool, called Valve Man, and he's like a firefighter robot master who just looks really badass. He has like his one arm is like an axe, and the other one is like a fire hose almost, which is really cool. So anyway, there's not really a lot to say here. I just think that this is cool. Like, I love the idea of there being like, this is like a big franchise, and they're just like, they make a habit of literally just letting the audience design the Robot Masters for them.
That's crazy.
Which is really, I think it's really cool, and I wish more games did stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, it is cool, but it's kind of weird. You don't see it often. It's very strange. Yeah, you don't see that often.
No, you really don't. So but other than that, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I don't know if you have any anything else you want to talk about gaming wise, or any other opinions or anything of the like.
I've said pretty much all I need to say about The Division. I will say, like, I was disappointed by it. The Division 2. And I'd imagine The Division 1 is no better. So,
when you say you're disappointed, you're just disappointed in that it's not as tight as you expected it, as you remembered it being.
Yeah, dude, it's real loose. It's real loose controls. And the UI, dude, that was another part of it. I got in there and I was like, oh, this will be cool. And then, like, dude, the sub menus have fucking menus. And putting, like, waypoints on the map, it was such a fucking challenge. And, like, figuring out how to use, like, the specials. Like, it's like, do I only have 2 equipped at any given time? How do I get to my skill tree? How do the level ups work? And it was just like, okay, level ups work this way. And then it was just like, I know that when you're in that world and that's all you've been playing for like 300 years, like, it all makes sense. And it's like, yeah, this is so easy. But, like, dude, leaving that game, Division 2 was one of my most played games whatever year it came out. It was my number 1 most played game. I had over 100 hours into it. Going back into it, man, I'm just like, I don't even know how to play this game anymore. Like,
do you love that UI?
No, that's what I'm saying. It was just garbage. It was so fucking bad.
Yeah, it's
and for the people who complain about the inventory and arc raiders, man, jump into The Division and tell me The Division's better, because it's not. I don't know. I just hope they learn some shit. You know what I mean? I hope Massive learns some shit, because
I mean, to be fair, though, it is like a product of its time, right? I mean, that game's relatively old. So, yeah. So it's not, like you said, I mean, you had a blast with it at the time.
Loved it.
It's not like, you know, when the game came out, you were like, oh, this game sucks, but I'm going to play it for 100 hours. Like, that's not, you know.
Correct.
I think that it's, you know, and that's not excusing it, right, if you want to go back and play it now. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I mean, I would certainly hope that we can assume that the next Division is going to be modernized in a lot of those regards. At least I would hope so. I just hope that they don't, like, try to steal too much from the success of Arc Raiders for the next one. You know what I mean? And, like, lose their way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be all right. I just think that, like, I don't know. they're talking a big game, and it got me excited. And this thing about the leak about the definitive edition of The Division got me excited. And that's why I went and downloaded The Division 2, and it just didn't do it, man, at all. It didn't turn the dial at all. And I'm just like, this is weird. It just seemed janky, man. But when did The Division 2 come out? I mean, it's been a while. Let me see. Division.
Yeah, I mean, probably
2019, dude. So it's 8 years old. So I guess that makes sense too. 7 years old. That's a console lifespan away. So, and that's part 2. That's not the first Division, which is crazy to think about. Time's just disappearing. But I have one last closing thought for the audience, and then we can be done with it. Jake, I might have to have you put on your scientific hat for me.
Okay.
I was kind of thinking about just everything and the enormity of the world and what the Earth rotates on its axis and it revolves around the sun, correct?
Yeah.
If you were to get every single person alive, every human being in existence alive right now, onto the most focused area of the Earth that you could, so like the biggest continent somehow, get us all there, and you were to coordinate so that everybody jumped at the same time, would you nudge the planet a little bit? Or is that impossible?
I mean, I could see that maybe being true, but it would be negligible. Like, to the point where it really wouldn't matter. If you're talking about, like, you think if you jump, the planet would move farther away from the sun a little bit? Because,
like, I'm talking like a half an inch or something that, like, now all of a sudden the year takes 300. I guess technically 367 days or something. Like, could you fuck up the calendar by doing this? This was my thought today.
Like, maybe it would be a little bit shorter because, like, you would if you. I guess it depends on what side. Like, if we're towards the sun or away from the sun when we jump, you would either push the Earth towards the sun or you would push it away from the sun, or you would push it maybe like angularly away from the axis of rotation.
This is a question for ChatGPT, dude. I hate to use it, but I mean, I don't know. Well, philosophically, scientifically speaking, could this be a possibility? But then I think about the weight of all of the buildings we've created, right? And the weight of water.
If we say the average person is 150 pounds, and we multiply that by 8,500,000,000, that is 1,275,000,000,000 pounds.
Pushing
against the Earth. Now,
from gravity.
Remember that.
I can't.
How much? Let's just Google. How much does the Earth weigh?
Is that even
13? Dude, there's no fucking way. If it moved, it would be like maybe a millimeter.
But what if we just kept doing it all at the same time? Could we?
Dude, the Earth weighs 13.17 septillion pounds. That's 1.317 times 10 to the 25 pounds. It's like literally It's like literally 18 orders of magnitude more heavy than all of humanity. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe we could build some sort of like giant fucking battering ram or something.
Yeah, like what if we made like a slingshot that slings into the Earth?
We could do that. I mean, you would probably cause some sort of like earthquake that would kill everybody, but you could theoretically, I guess, do something like that.
Well, I mean, like, I started thinking about it, and I was thinking about like the weight of all of the buildings that we've put up, and all of the structures we've made, and all of the roads, and all of like the water on one half of the Earth. You'd have to find the heaviest side of the Earth and use that to your advantage.
But think about this, Fred. Something you wanted to tell me. I'm giving you a science hat here. Everything that we have built was made from things that we gathered from the Earth.
Oh, shit.
So it's a net neutral thing. There is no additional weight.
I never thought about that.
It is literally all the same. We've moved it around, but it is all identical. The only thing that we've made more of is people.
Yeah, so we've got some leverage.
I guess animals too. I mean, I guess you could
capture all the animals.
Like you could maybe breed like 40 billion cows or something.
Kangaroos.
And like have them jump at the same time as all the people did.
Kangaroos and orangutans and gorillas. Animals that are capable of jumping. You train them all to jump with us.
Of course, if you had 40 billion cows and like you had them all in the same place, they'd probably destroy the atmosphere with their farts. But.
Yeah, the ozone would be fucked. I don't know, dude. It's something to think about, though. I mean, it is a curious.
It is certainly something to think about. Yes.
I like to think that we as insignificant as we are in numbers can make a big change, like a cosmic change like that. Like for what good, I don't know. But like also,
dude, we're firing so much junk into the atmosphere. We're making a cosmic difference already with all the junk satellites that are just floating around the fucking planet. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we're doing all right.
Yeah, it's so interesting to me. I don't know. I also I was talking with LJ. We played a little bit of Arc Raiders recently, and I'll just throw this out there for the listeners, and then we are going to be done. I had an idea because we were talking about Marathon, and neither he nor I have played it, but we're kind of turned off by the aesthetic. And I told him that there was an original Marathon, and he didn't even know that. Not throwing LG under the bus, I don't think a lot of people are aware. But that being said, I said, dude, we need a different kind of extraction shooter or extraction game. And I started thinking about how cool it would be and what a great environment for it than a medieval situation that was like more of a melee and it was extraction based. And it was like you play the atypical elf wizard barbarian and you keep that class. And it's like a Diablo thing. But the extraction part is that like there's like a let's say there's like a bunch of wizards or something that like open a portal to a location and they can only hold the portal open for so long. And you got to go in and you're doing like a bounty hunt or something. And other wizards and other elves are also trying to get the bounty. And you're all going in for like the huge monster that lives in the castle that you got transported to, but you got to get the gold and get out before the portal closes. That sounds like an awesome game, dude. Because there's nothing like it.
It'd be pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure we'll get something like that eventually.
Like almost like a Diablo style, like an, you know.
It might, maybe if it was third person or maybe if it was you know, I think that maybe there's a little bit of a struggle with like PvP melee stuff. Mm-hmm. So that might be a little bit of a challenge from that perspective. Mm-hmm. But I think the concept is sound for sure.
Because the looting would be there. It's already baked in. Dungeon crawling, like that's all that's based around. You know what I mean? The looting, leveling up. And like for wizards,
the only thing that I think that should be changed is that instead of a wizards holding a portal open, it should just be a donkey cart.
Yeah, why not?
And if you miss the donkey cart, then you have to walk all the way back to your castle.
That's the punishment. But like, yeah, dude, like that would work. But like we were talking, and I was like, dude, like the wizard, like to level up, and like you get like legendary items, but you find like pages of spell books, and like once you collect enough pages, you get like a new spell and like shit like that. That'd be so fucking cool.
Hell yeah,
it'd be awesome.
Start making it,
dude. I'm not gonna make that.
Ask ChatGPT to make it for you.
Yeah, all right. As we jump on one side of the world. Move it around. All right. Well, anyways, there are 2 new games coming out. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Sorry, that's coming out on the 5th. And then there's 3 more games on the 6th. Neo 3 is coming out on the 6th. Carmageddon, Rogue Shift, and JDM, Japanese Drift Master. So that's all I've got. I appreciate everybody tuning in to episode 411 of PS's Awesome PlayStation Podcast. Please go to our Patreon site. Sign up. Be a lover of the show. Support us with your dollar. Because Lord knows... it helps.
Be all that you can be.
All right, Jake, you good?
Yep.
Like Outland, Outlast, and Outriders. P.S.
P.S.
This is awesome.
This is awesome. Do you remember those?